Hello, I'm Patrick Thomas. We're in tax season. We're also in a political season. And I'm wondering how many of you realize that you can claim on your state of Arkansas income tax form a deduction off your tax bill for $50 per taxpayer up to $100 for a joint return on your 2015 tax return, any contribution that you make prior to April 15th, 2016. If you happen to have a AR 1000F, if you look on line 34, it'll make reference to a TC tax credit, 1000 TC, and on line 1 on that form, if you'll enter either $50 or however much you contributed up to $100 on a joint return, that is $50 per taxpayer up to $100 for a joint return. You can contribute $48 and your wife can contribute $48, but just considering that the tax credit is off your tax bill, why make it just for $48? If you're making a political campaign contribution, go ahead and just make it for $50. Again, that tax credit is something that the state of Arkansas allows you to do to support political campaigns and candidates here in the state of Arkansas. So take that tax credit today, and in the next section here I will point out the forms and where at on the form to fill that out. Have a good day. Okay, on the AR 1000F, flip over to the second page here. I'm going to just move this out of the way here. Down here on line 34 where it says other tax credits, that spot right there, that's where you need to put either a $50 contribution amount or $100 for a joint return. And keep in mind, joint return would be meaning your wife give $50 or your husband gave $50, and together you're on a joint return. I know that was pretty simplistic, but need to explain that part. By the time you do all the math over here on adding up your the taxes and taking this deduction, if you had a $100 tax bill, it could add up down here to be zero. But before you put a number on line 34, you should find Arkansas AR 1000 TC, and right here on line 1, that's where you also need to enter your state political contribution credit. And when it says see the instructions, that is page 2 of the AR 1000 TC. Line 1 instructions says right here, a credit of up to $50 per taxpayer, $100 for a joint return is allowed against your Arkansas individual income tax. Liability for cash contributions made by the taxpayer to one of the following: candidate seeking nomination or election to a public office or to the candidate's campaign committee. And again, this is for an Arkansas candidate, not a federal candidate. Your contribution, so long as the contribution must be made by April 15th, 2016 to be claimed on the 2015 tax return. Pretty much on the instructions, none of this down here pertains to what we're talking about. So line 1 instructions, and it will tell you to put the total from line 1 down here on line 6. So if you put $50 up here, if you have any other credits, you can put them in here to take your total credits. But for campaign contributions, which is what we're talking about here, if you're going to make a contribution to anybody, per taxpayer, $50 would go here, or $100 for a joint return, and then carry that number off down here. And again, then you carry that number over here to line 34, right there on your AR 1000F, F being full-time resident. I hope you support a political campaign. I hope you get your taxes done on time, and remember the tax credit that you were talking about taking here, you can take in 2016. You can make a contribution and put it on your 2015 tax return. So have a good day, and support your local candidate and get your taxes done. Thank you.